Second C is there.
Hello, ma'am. Pradeepa, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, சொல்லுங்க.
Hi.
சொல்லிட்டு வந்துட்டேன். எங்க கீழே போறீங்க?
Hello, Gautam sir. Good morning, sir.
Sir, good morning, sir. Sir, is it audible, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's fine, sir. Yes, sir.
Shall we start,
So
sir?
we shall start in another 2 or 3 minutes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Dear students, good morning. Kindly enable your video, all of you. Hello, Gautam sir, shall we start, sir? If you are ready.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma. Gayatri will start.
Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is key to success. If you love what you're doing, you will be successful. A very good morning to everyone present here. I'm Subhashri S. of 2nd BSc CS. I take this privilege to warmly welcome all our delegates for this workshop. I'm extremely glad to have been a part of this workshop. Now I call upon Gauri R of 2nd BSc CS to sing a prayer song.
महागणपते नमोस्तुते मादङ्गवदना नमोस्तुते आदिपूजित गणनादा आनन्दनायक गणनादा प्रथमवन्दन प्रणवागाजा विघ्नेश्वरा विनायका महागणपते नमोस्तुते मादङ्गवदना नमोस्तुते.
Thank you, Gauri. You don't have to be great at start, but you have to start to be great. Now I call upon Praveen of 3rd CS to welcome the gatherings.
Good morning to each one of you present today. I'm happy to welcome you all to today's session, Problem Solving and Ideation Workshop organized by Zaran, Department of Computer Science, in association with Institution Innovation Council of KPRCAS. Sharing is having more. I welcome our today's resource person, Mr. Gautam Raj G, Technical Manager, Into Technology Solution Private Limited. I welcome you, sir. I would like to
Thank you,
welcome our principal, Dr. S. Balusamy, sir, KPRCAS. I welcome you, sir. I am happy to welcome our HOD, Dr. K. Pradeepa, ma'am, Department of Computer Science, KPRCAS. I welcome you, ma'am. I also welcome our coordinator, Dr. R. Ramesh, sir, Professor, Department of Computer Science. I welcome you, sir. I also welcome all the staffs and students of Department of Computer Science. Thank you.
Thank you for the warm welcome. Leaders never use the word failure. They look upon setbacks as learning experience. Now, I call Arundhati of First BSc CS for introducing our resource person.
Good morning to honorable dignitaries and most valued students. It's my tremendous honor to introduce our honor of today's program. We are all indeed privileged to have noted VSLI designer, digital circuit designer, Mr. G. Gautam Raj as our resource guest. He completed BE in ECE in Avita Engineering College, Chennai, and completed ME in Applied Electronics in JJ College of Engineering and Technology in Trichy. He completed his PG diploma in VSLI through distant education in Annamalai University, Chidambaram. He involved in new product development and training at various engineering colleges and industries such as LoRaWAN communication, Internet of Things using Raspberry Pi and Python, Python with data science, ZB communication, Bluetooth communication, digital hardware design, FPGA implementation of digital circuits using Verilog HDL InSlinks, FPGA implementation of digital circuit using VHDL InSlinks, and digital IC design using Microwin and DSHI. He also worked as an assistant professor in VSB Engineering College, Karur, from 2011 to 2013. He also worked as an assistant professor in KSR Institution of Technology and Engineering in Namakkal from 2013 to 2017. He currently working as a technical manager in Into Technology Solution India Private Limited from April 2019. We are really sublime to have such a resource person to our today's program. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Arundhati. The more clarity you have, the more powerful you are. I now request our resource person, Mr. G. Gautam Raj, sir, Technical Manager, Into Technology Solution Private Limited, to grace and enlighten this occasion through his thoughts and ideas. Sir, please.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Okay, so hope all of you can able to see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So a very good morning to one and all participating in this webinar. Okay, so on problem solving and ideation workshop, right? So this is very great opportunity, right? So for us to deliver our thoughts and our experience with your student community, right? So before starting the session, right, so I would like to introduce about our company and its profile. Okay, so actually we are started in the year 2007 and we are an ISO certified organization now. And we are working with various verticals, which is related to complete solution providing for any of the problem use cases, which is related to IoT. Okay, and within IoT, we have a lot of verticals inside, and we are working towards providing a solution for a problem as this matches. Okay, and apart from this, right, so we have complete product assembly unit. Okay, and product manufacturing facility we are having. Okay, so these are our machineries which can be useful for prototyping of any of the electronic hardware. Okay, it's a completely a PCB making machine and chemical free. Okay, So it is a kind of a CNC machine where we can able to do a quick POC on any of your ideas. Okay, and there is a complete assembly unit which is having here. Okay, so for manufacturing a bulk assembly of PCB products. Okay, so we actually provide a complete end-to-end solution. Okay, so we can say it is a complete one-stop solution for complete product manufacturing. And actually we are having a team for particularly for if suppose if you are coming with your idea, right? So this is your problem. Okay, so how that problem can be addressed to make a solution for that, right? So for example, you may come with some kind of a problem statement, right? So that problem statement can be addressed with a proper solution with IoT. Okay, so it starts from a design. Okay, so like a hardware level design and PCB level design and a complete PCB manufacturing assembly and overall algorithm development. Okay, and testing and even the enclosure manufacturing. Okay, and the custom cloud development, right? And the complete integrated testing up to the deployment. Okay, so that if you are coming with this kind of a problem statement, then obviously that will be converted into a kind of a solution. Okay, with our premises. So this is what we can tell. It is a complete end-to-end solution that we are offering for different customers. Okay, so I will share you, right? So what are all the problems which is actually addressed to different customers. Okay, so these are the different learning kits. Okay, so learning and industrial deployment kits, it is available. Okay, with us. Okay, so this is our today's agenda, like about introduction to IoT and what are the growth rate of an IoT and various industrial level expectations from the freshers and how the problems has been addressed to make it as a solutions. Okay, and various application which we deployed in a different customer places. Okay, so what is meant by IoT? Right, so as IoT is an Internet of Things where one machine can able to communicate with another machine. Okay, and you can able to monitor the data of a particular machine, and also you can control that machine based upon the collected data, right? So all these things will be collected together or connected together using an internet, right? So here there are two broad verticals, as I said, right? So one is the data monitoring and another one is the device control, right? So for example, right, so if you want to monitor any of the asset or any of the environment in your space, right, without your presence, right? So that is possible, right, by using an Internet of Things. So you can able to monitor the data around the world. Okay, so wherever you are, and also you can control the applications or appliances, right? So from wherever you are, right? So that is the major objective of going with an IoT with an advancement of an embedded system. Okay, so here if you consider the growth rate of market wise, okay, so it is obviously around 50% of an use case that's coming with smart city and industrial IoT based application, where it was increasing and year on year. Okay, as you see in the graphical view, right? So from the year 2016 to 2020, right? So it is a kind of an exponential growth we are achieving in this market in terms of investment and its offerings. Okay, so and also with respect to number of devices which is connected to internet, also it is getting increased day by day, and also it was going to be in a very big focus in an upcoming decade also, right? So with this, right, so from the year 2015 you just consider it's around 15 billions of devices, and in 2020 it is nearly double, and in the next 5 years we are expecting it is a more than a double, right? So like that, so we are having a better focus on this kind of a market. And even if it is, if you are seeing that if the number of devices and the investment was getting increased, it means that there will be a big opportunity for different peoples across this particular domain, right? So this is what we are telling it, and what could be the real expectation as a freshers from an industry point of view, as you are from the CSE background, right? So hope you may aware about all the programming languages, right? So even the basic programming knowledge it's required is a C programming, with in-depth knowledge of C programming. Okay, so this actually a very basic requirement for any of the industries which you are going, okay, as a thing. And even there will be an opportunity for a CSE student, right? So you have a better programming knowledge for cloud-based database management and front-end GUI development, okay. So like that, so it's a kind of an interest which you are having, that you are going to learn it in a self to make yourself to be better in the competitive world, okay. So whatever it could be, right? So just focus yourself, okay, against what you are going to learn it, right? And learn it in a practical way instead of in a theoretical way, right? So whatever you are learning, for example, if you are creating a database management system, okay, so in that you need to be learn it is in a practical way, right? So you need to collect a different students database, or it may be an industrial database or any of the sensor database, and how to access the data which you have created, and doing a different kind of an analytics for that, okay. It's not only a collection of data, right? So after collecting the data, what process you are going to do, right? So how to access the data for doing a different analytics purpose. So only based upon the analytics only we can able to provide a solution for that problem, right? So for example, right, you just consider there will be a room, okay. So in that room you have a temperature maintenance, okay. So for the temperature maintenance, if an electronics engineer was going to deploy some product, right, so that will give us some kind of a sensor data in a system, okay. That means in your database, right? So but the customer requirement is not only to monitor the data, right, but also needs to maintain the room ambience system based upon the temperature, okay. So based upon the temperature, you need to do some kind of an analytics in your backend, right? So for example, if it is less than 23 degrees Celsius, okay, the AC could be turned off, right? And if it is greater than 27 degrees Celsius, then AC to be turned on, okay. So like that. So if it is a normal AC, it will be an inbuilt. But if you consider if it is a centralized AC with multiple points, then obviously it will be a difficult for them to control with a single unit. So that is the reason why they are going with this kind of a solution. So as a computer science engineer, right, so you should have such a command with you to make these automations, right? So for example, what we discussed is based upon the temperature, you need to control the AC, right? So for this you need to do some kind of a data analytics in your backend based upon the receiving data, right? So this is what a simple use case which we can able to make it very quickly, right? So for this, definitely you need some kind of a skill development, okay, so that you can enhance yourself in a day by day, and whatever which we are going to do in a industry point of view, right? So this is as general, right? So for an computer science students, but if it is an electronics and communication engineering or something to that, okay, so they need to learn about the different protocols which is in a hardware level, like embedded and IoT communication protocols, right? So this is what it's really expected. And whereas the IoT application which we have already provided is those things like a smart city application, smart agriculture, okay, air quality, water quality, smart home, smart industries, and smart metering solutions, GPS tracking, and poultry solutions, right? So all these things are a complete application, right? So which solution which we have provided, but the major objective here it is like, so we need to make a different thanks. Okay, so this is what a real expectations from the persons, right? Okay, so let me quickly go into a technology like what we are working. Okay, so this is a LoRaWAN based architecture where we have a different like a 4-level architecture model. Okay, so these end nodes are like an application which we are deploying, like it may be a water meter, vending machine, smoke alarm, pet tracking, trash container, like that. Okay, so our energy meter for any of the smart city applications, street lights, water meters, right? So like that. So all these end devices can able to communicate with the gateway wirelessly to the distance of 2 to 10 kilometers with a band of IN 865 to 867 megahertz. Okay, so these data will be forwarded to network server, and the network server will have a capability to decrypt the data with whatever it is encrypted here, and it will forward it to the application server, right? So this application server only, it will store the data and doing a different kind of an analytics. And based upon this analytics, it will again schedule a downlink command to the network server to gateway and gateway to the node. So the major protocol which you would like to learn in this point of view is like TCP/IP, MQTT, and normal API integration, how to do with an HTTP integration, right? So these are the various levels of architecture or use cases which you would like to learn. Okay, so this is the gateway. Okay, so the gateway is located in center. This is actually our office location. So around this place, if you are deploying any of the use cases, can able to communicate with this gateway. Okay, so it's completely a cost-effective thing, since if you see this particular use case, right? So it is very cost-effective solution. Like for example, if it is a GSM base, then if it is 1,000 street lights are there, then you need to keep on maintaining and recharging all the SIM cards and everything. It will be a costly one, right? But if all the SIM cards are like, even there may be thousands of devices, right? All the 1,000 SIM cards has been replaced to a single SIM card is not an easy task, right? So that is what we are doing it here, for providing a very low cost recurring solution. Okay, so this is LoRaWAN gateway which is deployed. It's a kind of a router only. Okay, so it will give that much of a coverage around the city. Okay, so these are the various limitations of LoRaWAN, where we could not able to transmit the images, video or audio, and it could not be useful for any of the critical system. For even if suppose if you consider you could not able to wait for even 1 second to get the data, then that even if you are not able to tolerate that 1 second of delay, then obviously this technology is not suitable for that. Okay, so we need to choose the right application for this particular technology. Okay. So this is a server which we have developed on our own. Okay, like a LoRaWAN network and application server together. Okay, so this is actually a precision agriculture which we have deployed in a customer place. Okay, what the customer requirement is, they have a very minimum quantity of water, right? They need to utilize the water available resources effectively in a way to address all the plants. Okay, and another problem statement with them is there is a problem with the manpower, so they don't have enough manpower to make this kind of an agricultural field. Okay, so they have come up with the problem, and what solution we have provided is with this kind of a technology. Based upon the soil moisture, automatically the pump has been turned on and off automatically, and it will supply the water to the complete plants. And also it will measure the water nutrition inside the soil, so that it will alert the concerned person to come and put the proper fertilizer to the field. Okay, so this will have a better forecast in this particular way. Okay, so I'll just share you one short video. You can just go through.
Hello, sir. So RD is missing, sir. Hello, sir. RD is missing. Hello.
Right. So actually, Cultivate is one of our client for agricultural solution, where we are the complete solution provider for them, and Cultivate is the persons, those company, those who are approaching the customer for field deployments and all. Okay, so this is how we are working with them, and we are the complete hardware and technology partner for them in case of product manufacturing and solution providing. Okay, and there's another short video with the same agricultural thing, right? So which is deployed in Punjab.
Hello, Gautam sir. Hello. Hello, Gautam sir. Hello. Hello, Gautam sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, ஆடியோவே வரலைங்க சார் நீங்க ரெண்டு வீடியோவுக்குமே.
Sir.
நான் உங்களுக்கு சொல்லிட்டே இருக்கேன்
Audio
உங்களுக்கு
வரலையா
chatலயே ஆமா சார் நான் chatலயே உங்களுக்கு போட்டுருக்கேன் பாருங்க சார். நான் உங்களுக்கு அப்படியே நான் சொன்னேன் சார் ஆடியோ வரலைங்கிற மாதிரி சொன்னேன் சார்.
சாரி சார், நான் இப்பதான் பாக்குறேன், chat பாக்குறேன். ஓகே, I think subtitle இருந்துச்சு, but most of the places, sorry. Okay, sir, I will share you this separately. Okay, so that you can share with the students.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Punjab's distinction of being the highest
Audio வருதா sir?
Yes, sir. Now it's fine. Yes.
Okay, shall I play it once?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please.
Okay, thanks.
producer of rice in the country has come at a huge cost. Water tables in the state have fallen dramatically as farmers need large quantities of groundwater to grow rice.
अनुमान लगाया 2030 तक पंजाब आने वाले जिले के जिम्मेदार ने एक देख रही है पर पंजाब का हाल नहीं है ये हाल है मुझे चलते वाला नहीं है कि हाल है
CIT is a not-for-profit organization working closely with farmers in Punjab. As saving water is finally getting attention to deserves, solutions can come from unexpected partnerships.
Milgo is an incubator that works with social enterprises which use innovation and market-based models to tackle some of India's toughest challenges. Cultivate based in Bangalore and CIT works in Punjab. This partnership began almost a year ago at a meeting that was organized by Hindustan Unilever Foundation and Milgo to discover and support technologies that can create sustainable and lasting impact in the use of water in agriculture.
When we started working with the CCT, they had one simple government. How do you provide a sensor to farmers to understand when should they start irrigation for the crops?
What is unique is a startup getting an insight from what the NGO partner is doing on the ground, going back and adapting their offering such that it perfectly meets what the partner wants. And that is what happened here.
What started off as a smooth journey hit a massive roadblock as the pandemic struck.
So we have to go back to drawing board to redesign the product at least 3-4 times. But ultimately we were able to come out with a prototype.
ਇਸ ਲਾਕਡਾਊਨ ਦੇ ਪੀਰੀਅਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੱਖ-ਵੱਖ ਥਾਵਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪਾਰਟਸ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਤੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਥਾਂ ਤੇ ਅਸੈਂਬਲ ਕਰਕੇ ਤੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਜਾ ਪਹੁੰਚਾਇਆ ਹੈ
Cultivator was able to understand CICT's work and converted this into a redesigned product. They made it more affordable such that it can be deployed at scale and farmers can easily use it.
developed a static sensor that measures soil moisture level and sends data in real time every 30 minutes to cloud servers. When moisture levels drop in the soil, the farmer receives a message to irrigate his fields. Once soil moisture reaches appropriate level, another message goes to the farmer to stop his pump. This precise advice to farmers allows them to let fields dry and flood alternatively, thus saving 50% of water.
ਸਾਨੂੰ ਵੀ 2 ਲੀਟਰ ਲੱਗ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਏਕੜ ਦਾ ਕਿੱਲੇ ਦਾ ਹੁਣ ਸਾਡਾ 20-25 ਲੀਟਰ ਸੀਜ਼ਨ ਤੋਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਪਾਣੀ ਦੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਬਚਤਾ ਜੀ ਡੀਜ਼ਲ ਦੀ ਬਚਤ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਫਾਇਦਾ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਮੁੜ ਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਹੋਰ ਕੰਮ ਲੈਣੇ ਘਾਹ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ ਜਾਂ ਬੱਟਾਂ ਵੱਢ ਲਈਆਂ ਖਾਦ ਵਾਲੀ ਹਰ ਟਾਈਮ ਦੀ ਬੱਚਤ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਪਾਣੀ ਦੀ ਬੱਚਤ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਤੇ ਫਸਲ ਵੀ ਵਧੀਆ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਸਾਡੀ ਮੇਰਾ ਕਿਸਾਨ ਦਾ 2 ਕਿੱਲਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੰਨਾ ਬਿਜਲੀ ਤੇ ਸਪਰੇ ਵਗੈਰਾ ਦਾ ਫਾਇਦਾ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਤਾਂ ਹੋਰ ਕਿਸਾਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਵਰਤਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਪਾਣੀ ਦੀ ਘਾਟ ਕਾਰਨ ਮੁਸ਼ਕਲ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਉਸ ਤੇ ਨਿਜਾਤ ਪਾਇਆ ਜਾ ਸਕੇ ਤੇ ਵਧੀਆ ਕੁਆਲਿਟੀ ਤੇ ਕੁਆਂਟੀਟੀ ਦਾ ਫਸਲ ਨੂੰ ਲਾਇਆ ਜਾਏ ਅੱਜ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦੇ ਆਦੀ ਹੋ ਚੁੱਕੀ ਹੈ ਸੈਂਸਰ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਹੋ ਚੁੱਕੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਸੈਂਸਰ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਰਹੇ ਸੈਂਸਰ ਦੀ ਵਰਤੋਂ ਕਰਦੇ
started off with a 50 farmer. Second chemical is of 3,000 farmers where they are using the modern hand sensors. Now both products put together, we are looking at how do we scale it to say 10,000 farmers or 50,000 farmers. So I am 100% sure this would have happened if we were connected cultivated CNC together.
Our experience in the last 6 months in this pilot reaffirms that finding an exciting new technology and a great entrepreneur then continuing to grow is not enough when it comes to solving for challenges like water use in agriculture. I'm really excited to see unlikely partners like CITT and Cultivate come together to solve for these issues and create a greater good and a higher level of impact. This is just the beginning.
Okay. So actually this is how we can able to provide a complete solution for them, right? So actually we as I said, right, so we are a complete technology partner for them for a company called Cultivate, those who are into a market for providing these kind of solutions. Okay. And about this is another use case actually which we deployed. Okay, so here the major thing is about air quality. Okay, so their use case is about their problem is, okay, whenever the room or something is in a getting a closed thing, okay, for example, it may be a big auditorium or any health fitness centers, okay, or theaters, malls, like that. So wherever they feel it is in a closed room with a lot of people, then the oxygen inside the room will get reduced, right? So if we want to provide a necessary oxygen to them, we need to make an oxygen generator for them, right? So what we are doing, we are measuring a complete oxygen percentage inside that room. Okay, based upon that oxygen level inside that room, we are going to send an oxygen inside the room for by using an oxygen generator. Okay, so with this we can able to maintain the room with proper oxygen so that everyone inside that room can able to breathe smoothly. Okay, so this is what the expectation from a customer, okay, for providing these solutions. Okay, and next is about okay, so it is a kind of a water pollutants. Okay, and also similar kind of an air pollutants also there, like in air you can find like various particle matters, right? So particle matters is nothing but dust particles in the air. Okay, so knowingly or unknowingly we are regularly inhaling that in different environmental conditions. Okay, so with that, okay, so these are the different particle matters of different sizes where it is very minute even when compared to our human hair. Okay, so our human hair, if you consider, it is around 50 to 70 microns of thickness, but the dust particle is about 1 micron of thickness and 2.5 micron of thickness and 10 micron of thickness. Okay, so with these dust particles, it's majorly it affects the human health body, and it's not suggested to have a continuous inhaling of that particular air. So what we need to do in near to any industrial environment, for example, consider a cement factory or any of the textile mills, right? So those kind of places, it's normally this PM particles will be high. Why? Because the exhaust from that industries. Okay, so if we are measuring and know what's happening in that place, then we can save ourselves from that particular things. Okay, so for that, so we generated or we created a one kind of an system which can generate oxygen, and also it will maintain the oxygen inside that room. Okay, it's a kind of an oxygen generator. Okay, and next is about a water quality, right? So as we are regularly using a water, right? So there is no doubt in that, but how we are measuring the quality of water which we are using, even it could be from any of PWD from the government side, or from your own wells or bore wells. Okay, so but we are not measuring what we are consuming, right? So this is very important to have these kind of measurements here, okay, to make ourselves to be in a better place, right? So for that, so we have a different water quality parameters like pH, dissolved oxygen, TDS, EC. Not only limited to that, so we have plenty of other particles also like this, right? So even we can use this kind of a setup in various places like dams or lakes like that. Okay, so to identify where that water is getting polluted, even in the rivers. Okay, so we can make a kind of a river bed across the river, so for every 10 kilometers like that. So based upon this, okay, this quality, we can able to see the data in the cloud, and we can able to identify within which sector the water is getting polluted a lot. Okay, so we can do an inspection to identify the place, and we can rectify the issue immediately. Right? So this is a kind of a water quality monitoring system, okay, which is very much essential in this current situation. And this is for water level monitoring in overhead tank or any of underground or something like that. Okay, so wherever you feel there is a continuous movement. Okay, so for example, it's not only the thing, so it is an ultrasonic based sensor. Okay, so this ultrasonic based sensor can have a capability to measure different things. Okay, so wherever you feel that there is a dynamically the height was getting changed, right, then you can implement this kind of a system. Okay, so I'll just show you a simple an example. Okay, so again a short video for explaining this kind of a system.
Sensor which resembles with the distance calculating tech. It resembles with the.
Okay, so this is a kind of a sensor. Okay, so which can ultrasonic sensor where it works with an ultrasonic principle. Okay, let's see how it was working and what are all the use case which we can able to deploy.
AGECO is an ultrasonic sensor which works on the principle of ultrasonic waves. It resembles with the distance calculating technique of bats. Like bats, it uses the ultrasonic echo of the wave to calculate the distance of the objects. With the help of this sensor, we can measure and control the depth of any liquid or solid objects. These spectacular special features make AGECO capable of working under any adverse conditions. The accuracy, on-off signal, temperature compensation, analog output and pulse width make it unique and effective along with other awesome technical specifications. And the advantages are non-contact sensor, very flexible output, a wide sensing range, analog and digital output proportional to target distance, very rugged design, waterproof and dustproof, and is very easy to install. Now the best part, uses. The AG Eco is used in crane anti-collision detection to avoid collisions. In various packaging industries like paint, to detect whether the lid of the box is closed or open. To measure the frequently changing levels of the river. To provide efficient and safe parking services. In various intrusion alarms to ensure safety and security. It also can be used to calculate the dynamically changing heights of the objects. It works very efficiently with process control systems, as well as does the tedious job of counting without touching the objects. So, these are only a few industrial and commercial applications.
Right. So these are the different applications which we can able to make with this a simple sensor, right? So first we need to identify what is the real problem, okay, in the market. Okay, so for example, the problem is, so we should not be able to touch the product while counting, right? Or while we are moving with the more secured system, so how we go for an kind of an intrusion alarm, right? Smart bins. Okay, so whenever the bin is getting filled, right? So before that, we need to get some kind of a data, okay, to come and clean that bin, or it may be for underground drainage system, right? So like that, so it's very much essential to measure all these parameters first to give us solutions, right? So like that, so first we need to identify the problems, right? So based upon the problem, we can give a better solution for them, right? So this is for overhead water level, and this is for water level in rivers, dams, canals, reservoirs. Okay, this is for overhead tank. Okay, once overhead tank based, even the pump control system. Okay, and this is a smart bin. Okay, where you can continuously measure these things. Okay, like level of garbage inside the bin, and it will alert someone to come and clean the bin before it gets overflow. And this is for underground drainage system, where the blockage can be identified by level of this water level inside this drainage, and before overflow we can come and address this issue. And also inside there is an air quality, since we found many of the employees are died because of opening the lid. Okay, so it will measure what is the inside air quality, and it will be monitored in remotely before opening the lid. If it is in any dangerous zone, the necessary precautions to be taken care before opening that drainage caps. Okay, so this is how we can able to make a solution with simple sensors. And this is for tracking solutions, where indoor and outdoor tracking, where we can identify this systems in this kind of a map kind of a widgets. Okay, so tracking solutions, and it is a tracking in the mines area actually. So all these regions will be completely automated by this. Okay, this is for LoRaWAN based weighing scale. Okay, to avoid a manual stock entry, it will be an automated stock entry, and it's easy to get forecast our business in a better way. Okay, so this is a remote area for smart grid system, where we can continuously monitor the generation of electricity inside the grid, and also any failure it is occurred, immediately we can able to address the system. Okay, so that we can produce a large amount of electricity by using this without any loss. Okay, so this is a system, and measuring of water pressure and air pressure inside these pipes. Okay, and water metering. So it is a very interesting use case, where it will be very much useful for an apartments. Okay, for example, if there is 1,000 houses or in an apartment, and if one house was using 10 liters of water per day and another house was using 100 liters of water per day, we need to distinguish, right? So those systems can able to monitored by using this, right? So for this, what we need to do, we need to install this kind of a water meters in each and every house inlet, so that they won't waste their water unnecessarily, right? So if they are billing, if they are billed for what they have used, right? For example, now even you consider for during your brushing, right? How many of you are wasting the water continuously until you complete, right? This is a kind of a scenario, right? So as per the research, what they are telling, at least 1 liter of water per day was wasted by a single person. Okay, so this can be avoided. For example, if there is 1,000 person, it saves 1,000 liters of water. Okay, so we need to educate them in this way so that they will be in a more conscious in using of water and not using a water like wasting of water. Okay, so it's a very much interested use case for making water management solution. Okay, and there's an HVAC control system where my first example, which I told, based upon the temperature, we can control the air conditioner and dampers, right? So this is what an important aspects here. Okay, HVAC based control system. This is actually implemented in one of the cement factory in Tamil Nadu. Okay, and this is a complete widgets. This is what you need to create as a CSE engineer, right? So you need to create this kind of a front end system and creating an alert to based upon the events. Okay, this is a energy saving mechanism where if there is nobody is there, then the brightness of LED or the street light will go for 10% of brightness, and if somebody is crossing or moving, then it will go for 100% brightness, right? So obviously it will save that 90% of an energy in this particular case. And this is a weather station for complete weather monitoring applications. Okay, it will measure temperature, pressure, humidity, rainfall, like that. And there is a feedback device for automated feedback system. It will be kept in any of the places, like it may be in railways, okay, ticket counters or airports, okay, or in public places wherever we want to collect the feedbacks, okay, even in your classrooms, okay, or in your college or institute. Okay, and also this can be useful for various calling system like an calling system or emergency button alarms, like that. And this is about parking occupancy or parking monitoring system, where the availability of parking slot has been measured and continuously, and it will be updated in the cloud, so that we can. The main problem here is like searching of available parking slot is very much toughest job in Bangalore or Chennai, like that area, right? So I think we need to travel a lot of distance to identify the parking slot itself. Okay, so for that, it is a very good system where we can install these kind of sensors, and based upon the sensor results, we can able to track the place, and we can reach the place and park our vehicle well in advance. Okay, instead of searching and going somewhere to identify this kind of a parking systems. Okay, and this is a smart room monitoring. Okay, complete home automation system. Like whenever you enter, the light and fan has been turned on, and automatically it will be turned off after some time. And lux based curtain control system, like light intensity based the curtain controls, and fire alarm, ambience monitoring, and smart energy meters for continuous monitoring of energy consumption of the home. Right. So, and this is for an IoT in textile industry, where the complete lubrication will be taken care. Okay, so this is a smart lubricant device where this will be a completely automated lubricants will be taken place, right? So for example, if you are applying a lubricant for a machine, it will defines its lifetime, right? So, and also it will improve its performance if you are doing it in a right time. So this system will helps you to make this kind of a system to be automated, so that also you can visualize what's happening in the cloud data based upon its operation, at what time it was applied, how many ml of lubricants has been applied, like that. So it will be a complete automated system where you can measure those things. Okay, and this is IoT in service industry for smart washing machines. Okay, for an industrial grade washing machines. And service industry for pump fuel stations, like energy consumption monitoring, fuel stock and sales monitoring, quality monitoring. Okay, so these kind of things, and also for electrical vehicle charging station. Okay, so this is kind of a energy consumption measurement, right? So we can see like how much amount of energy has been consumed for charging this vehicle, and accordingly they will charge. And also you can track where is the free station, like that. Okay, this is a smart energy meter where no one can come to your place to, for example, during this COVID time, you just consider. So how we have been built with energy readings, right? So it will be in a random way, or it may be in a previous month usage. Okay, so even if we used that, or if we used more than that, it will be uh, not in a right level, right? So these kind of a smart energy meter will help us to make a right billing, and no one from the EB will visit your place for that. Okay, so it will be automatically entered into the software for billing system. So all these applications, like whatever we got discussed, like a water meter, energy meter, and water quality, air quality, smart parking, smart bin, lightning system, garbage system, right? Everything will be and then comes under the smart city or smart villas or smart industries, or even within the smart campus, right? So that's what it gives. The most of the 50% of the contribution is from the smart city and smart industries, right? And this is for one of poultry applications where we are doing with various measurements inside the poultry. So as we know, like a poultry, the major important factor is the environment of that farm, right? Either it may be a temperature, humidity, or air quality, right? So if it is not in a suitable way, then obviously there will be a huge loss for them in terms of a death of chicks and also hatching of eggs, like that. So what they did, so this is a kind of an implementation where this completely automated by using these kind of a sensors, and immediately we can able to address the solution before it's getting spoiled, right? So this is a very important factor for them. So it will also measure the water quality, air quality, okay, and smart energy metering, water metering solutions. Okay, so the complete deployments has been made in this kind of a poultry farms. Okay, so that's it, right? So with this, right, so we can able to provide a lot of new solutions for them, okay, based upon the whatever the problem which they are having, right? So right, so hope you have learned something new about this particular use cases and technologies, right? Please let me know your queries if anything, right? So I'd like to answer your queries now. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That was useful to us. Now let's get into the question and answer session. Student can post your question in chat box.
Students, please convey your questions through chat box.
Yes, disadvantages with IoT, there is no uh, full disadvantage, I can say, like it's based upon the technology which we are using. For example, if you are using a Wi-Fi, the coverage could be around 100 meters, right? Only. And if you are using a 3G, 4G, then obviously you need to pay a lot for accessing on many number of devices. And if you are going with the LoRaWAN, obviously the cost will be addressed and distance will be addressed, but the data rate will be a challenge, right? So the data rate could be less for transferring. You could not able to transfer the audio or video like that. So each and every technology, it has its own disadvantages and advantages. So based upon the applications, we need to choose the right technology so that we will overcome all those disadvantages in a right way. Right, so hope I answered your queries. Okay, so Arundhati asked, like, sir, could you please tell me the opportunities of computer science students in IoT? Yes, sure. If you consider the opportunity of CSE students, right? So there will be a large, it's required in terms of an cloud-based development. For example, it may be for platform development or any of the algorithm development and like a database management, front-end GUI development. Okay, and complete integration of the IoT with the system. Okay, like for example, TCP/IP integration or MQTT integration or HTTP API integrations. Okay, and creating of various alerts based upon doing this analytics. Right. So all these things are a cloud-based software development. It is a very big opportunity for you guys. And apart from this, right, so if you have a minimal number of hardware knowledge, right, so with the complete in-depth C programming knowledge, then obviously you can also welcome to this kind of an algorithm development in terms of the customer problem solutions, right? So how we can able to use the hardware, and even if you don't know about those things, right, so even if you are learning also, it could be good if you approaches an hardware based jobs. Okay, so but as a CSE students, right, so you have opportunities in both the cloud based software development and also the security level implementation of IoT, and also in terms of algorithm development for the hardware also, right? So you have both the opportunities together. Okay. Okay, what made you, Balamurugan, what made you to involve in IoT? Yes. So for example, right, so if consider, right, so you are from an agricultural background. Okay, so if you want to monitor your farm, what's happening there, right? But here, there is a problem that we could not leave our job and go and sit there to see the complete what's happening there. But we can able to manage the farm, right, so remotely from wherever you are, and you can able to get a work from different persons to get that part to be done as a part, and also you can able to focus in your way what's you are doing and what's you are achieving, right? So this makes it two different things. Okay, one is, and not only with this, right, and as I said, one of the poultry farms, right, so that actually that one of they have around 10 to 15 farms. Okay, but but he could not able to move out to the all the farms at the same time, right? So they were getting a lot of laws, and they were unable to monitor what's really happening inside the farm. So what they made a complete automated system by using a this kind of a system, right? So complete monitoring and control. Right. So these kind of an automation, it actually huge focus is there towards giving a solution for different peoples. Okay, it's not only in an agriculture or poultry farms, right? So each in every place, right? So wherever you are focusing, or even in the smart city applications, right? Also saving of energy. Okay, energy saving mechanism like that. So there are plenty of other opportunities are there. Okay, so that we can make ourselves to be involved in these kind of problem solving solutions. Okay, so that we can get more opportunities, and future it's there for this kind of an IoT system. Okay,
Thank
hope
you,
I
sir, for
answered Balamurugan.
patiently answering all the questions. Develop an attitude of gratitude. Say thank you to everyone. Now, I call upon Nityashri S. of 2nd BSc CS to deliver a vote of thanks.
Magic is believing in yourself. If you can make that happen, you can make anything happen. A very splendid morning to one and all. I'm extremely privileged to propose a vote of thanks for this session on problem solving and ideation workshop. First of all, I would like to thank God Almighty for making this session a resounding success. Next, I would like to thank our today's resource person, Mr. Gautam Rajji, Technical Manager at Ender Technology Solutions Private Limited, who gave his vital time from his busy schedule to grace this session. Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to our respected principal, Dr. S. Palusamy, sir, for his constant support. Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to thank our beloved HOD, Dr. S. Pradeepa ma'am, for her untiring efforts to make the session a great one. Thank you, ma'am. Next, I would like to thank the coordinator of the session, Dr. R. Ramesh, sir, for his enormous support. Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to thank all our respected teachers for enlightening us every day. Thank you, teachers. Next, I would like to thank the student friends for your cooperation. Thank you all. Once again, I would like to thank each and everyone for making this session a resounding success. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity, right? So I have shared one of our feedback form. Okay, I request all of you to fill it's for our improvement purpose, right? So if you have any positive or negatives, you just give your feedback openly in that feedback form, right? So thanks for the opportunity, and for both KPR management team and faculty organizer and students for attending this webinar.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.